Smash the like button if you agree that it's obvious that Rikishi mainly favors Jey over his other two sons, which is odd.
All right, so let's talk about Rikishi crashing out over Jey Uso dropping the belt to Gunther. Man, he crashed out like crazy. But let's talk about something else, because that was an odd clip. That was an odd podcast rant. Here's what I mean. Hold on, bruh. You crashing out over Jey Uso, but you're not crashing out over Jimmy Uso. You're not crashing out over Solo Sikoa. Your other two sons. You only bitch and cry about Jey Uso. That's very, very telling. Do you favor Jey and not Solo? Do you not favor Jimmy? Because he never says not one word about Jimmy's booking. It's all about Jey. It's like, hold on, bro. I'm the only guy bringing this up. He's only crying over Jey Uso, but not Solo. Solo has been a jobber all year long. Jimmy has been lost in that low-tier mid-card, but not Jey. Jey has been an upper-tier mid-card guy. Bro, he's your son, but you have other two sons that are floundering in that mid-card, but you never talk about that on your show. It's all about Jey. As a father, why are you doing that? You only crash out over Jey, but you never crash out on Solo or Jimmy. Bro, just be happy you got a son who's in that upper tier mid-card, even though a lot of people think he should not be in that upper tier mid-card. Just be happy he had a world heavyweight title run. Just be grateful. He's doing better than Solo. He's doing better than Jimmy, way better. So it seems like you are only favoring Jey. We need to do more research. Has Rikishi always favored Jey over his other sons? Because it seems like that's the case. He always crashes out over Jey's booking. I could have sworn he said that Jey should go to All Elite Fake Pro Wrestling. But what about Solo? What about Jimmy? Jimmy hasn't been doing shit for the past 2 years, but not a peep out of his father. It's all about Jey. How come I'm the only guy talking about this? Yes, he crashed out over Jey, but you ain't crashing out over your other two sons. He sounds like a spoiled, privileged brat. Here's what I mean. Roman has been a top guy since day one, since 2012. Since 2012, Samoans have been pushed down our throats every year since the Roman Reigns era. So Rikishi has some nerve trying to say that his family has not been booked well. Bro, Roman Reigns was world champion for the past 4 years, man. The Usos are a top 3 tag team of all time. What do you want? Rikishi, your two sons are tag team icons, tag team legends. What more do you want? Not everybody is Jeff Hardy, right? Not every tag team is Edge and Christian. Not every tag team is Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty. That's not how that works. First off, Jey is not that good in the ring. His skills have been on the decline for the past 2 years. You better be lucky that Paul Levesque was nice enough to give your son a run as the world heavyweight champion. I thought Jey was going to drop that belt at Backlash. So Jey actually exceeded my expectations. So I'm like, what's the problem? I thought Jey would have maybe a 2-month run. That's what I thought. I figured this man was going to drop that belt to Seth Rollins. That's what I thought. I said maybe a 2-month, 4-month run. He's not a long-term world heavyweight champion. That's not what he is. He's more so Kofi Kingston, right? You don't give Kofi a 1-year run. You give Kofi a 5-month to 6-month trial run. That's what you do. You don't give Kofi a 1-year title run. That's what Jey Uso is. But at least Kofi is still a better in-ring performer compared to Jey Uso. Did Jey Uso have a good title run? No, he did not. For some strange reason, this man, he still relies on the yeet shit, right? He's a poor man's LA cosplay. He relies too much on the yeet shit. He thinks if the audience says yeet, 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 he feels like he doesn't need to improve his skills in the ring. He feels like the audience likes him no matter what. Well, that's not how that works. That bell has to ring. This man has sloppy offense, sloppy super kicks, awful splashes off the top rope. Bro, you Samoan. You can't do a splash off the top rope. You Samoan. You can't do a super fly splash off the top rope. I don't get it. Like I said, I do have love for Jey Uso. I am a fan of Jey Uso, but you have to be objective. Jimmy is a better fake pro wrestler than Jey once that bell rings. But Jey has the yeet shit, so he does have a character compared to Jimmy. Jimmy is a better fake pro wrestler, it's just right now he doesn't have a character. Jey does have a character. It's the yeet shit. Listen, having Gunther beat him for the World Heavyweight Championship, it was for the best. Listen, bruh, your son tapped out Gunther. He tapped him out. Be happy. Be grateful. Gunther put him over. Like, there's only so much Gunther can do. He put him over at WrestleMania. Jey did nothing with that championship because he still had bad matches. He was botching versus Logan Paul. Imagine botching versus Logan Paul when you are supposed to be the veteran in that match. Right now, Rikishi is delusional. Look at Jacob Fatu. This man, he's mega over right now. He's getting better and better every week as a good guy, as the current US champion. The fact that this man skipped NXT, that means the main roster sees high hopes for Jacob Fatu. What more can Paul Levesque do to satisfy the Samoan dynasty? What more can they do? What more can Shawn Michaels do? Rocky Maivio's untalented daughter is the GM of NXT. Okay, who got her that job? Rocky Maivia. All I see is nepotism on the main roster. Hell, even Logan Paul called Jey Uso a Nepo baby. That's what he is. He's a Nepo baby who became a world champion. Jey is a tag team legend. Okay, whatever he does is more so icing on the cake. Jey will not be remembered as a singles fake pro wrestler. I don't care what he does. That's never going to happen. He will forever be known as a tag team fake pro wrestler. So who cares about his singles run? It's more so icing on the cake, whatever he does. For months, I tried to defend Jey Uso as a singles fake pro wrestler, but this man has not improved in the ring, so what more can I do? I cannot ignore bad matches. I have to be objective. To me, I don't think Jey deserved to be a world heavyweight champion. On the road to WrestleMania, Jey was botching on Raw. Remember, he botched versus Austin Theory. Like I said, to me, Jey did not deserve to become a world champion. Not right now. Right now, his skills are on the decline. I see no improvement whatsoever. He looks complacent and he packed on tons of weight. Bad weight, not muscle. He packed on bad weight that he should lose. I think maybe that's why Jey is no longer good in the ring, because he packed on tons of pounds. Like I said, Rikishi is wrong. Listen, I get it. He is a father, but that is not an excuse. Based on, bro, you ain't crashing out over Solo's shit booking. You ain't crashing out over Jimmy's shit booking. But multiple times a year, it seems like you always cry and crash out over Jey's booking, but not your other sons. To my knowledge, parents are not supposed to play favorites, especially in public.